As I was growing up, I was a person who always felt like an outcast. I felt that people looked at me differently than they would somebody of a normal height. I always wanted to fit into something. And I decided that, living in Illinois, I wanted to do something on my own. So I ventured out to Minnesota. And people ask me to this day, why Minnesota? And I keep telling them I just ran out of gas. So here,
I think that's what everybody says.
yeah. In the cold winters, yeah, that's what happens. The cars start to stall out. And
Car wreck or something.
Yep, exactly. I was hanging out with a group of friends that I still call friends today. They took me under their wings, even though that began the second strike for me. I'm up in Brainerd, Minnesota, one being short, one being black. But these people that took me in, they showed me that not all people are like this, or a certain way. I found a family up here that I could actually call a family. I was dating a person for 4 years, and this person asked me if I wanted to marry her. Without thinking, I just jumped at that opportunity to say yes, because I wanted that status of being somebody special, being a married man.
Mm-hmm. And fitting with someone.
Fitting, yeah.
Or fitting somewhere.
Correct. Yeah. And we end up having 3 beautiful kids. And I just realized that I wasn't truly in love with her. I loved her, but I wasn't truly in love with her. Having my kids knew that I wasn't happy, and my wife at the time knew that I wasn't happy, so I decided to file for the divorce. The hardest decision I've ever made, and I took full responsibility of it. At that point in time, my ex-wife right now, she was just livid with me. She didn't understand what was going on, and how could you do such a terrible thing to me? At this point in time, we have a mending relationship. The kids get along with mom, the kids get along with and I even get along with mom. But during that time of the divorce, I decided that I'm gonna drink a little. I need to find a way to kind of mend myself, which I found out that wasn't the answer. And a very dear friend of mine, she told me about Heritage Church. She asked me to join her one Sunday, and it seemed like after I sat down in my pew, it seemed like she had a conversation with the pastor, because everything that the pastor was saying was relating to me in a sense. It seemed like the whole sermon was focused on me, and I just wept that whole service. And ever since then, I've been going back, and I realized that I needed to give myself to Christ. Ever since then, I just felt like a new person. Felt like I had something to live for. That thought of not fitting in wasn't as heavy on my mind as it was in the past. I started hanging around with more godly people, which was more welcoming. It just warms my heart. So I think God is showing me a different purpose in life, and what it truly means to be a son of God.